I have spent today working on a MVC application that is designed to run a refrigerator. And I'm going to be running it on a Raspberry Pi. Eventually, I'm going to create another application that'll be running from a ESP32. But I figured it would be easier for me to create it and run it on the Raspberry Pi because I can run it building C Sharp, which I'm very proficient in, versus running it on the ESP32, which requires the usage of C++. I did this in the very traditional manner of MVC instead of the creating service layers, repository layers, and all these other additional layers because I wanted to build something quickly and not spend a whole lot of time on organization. If you are familiar with MVC, you know, it essentially out of the box does have that organization to it. It has the controllers, the models, and the views. However, the service layer, repository layers, all those things are not there. And so I'm going to show you what I did over here. And so as you see, I have my project here. And like I said, it is C Sharp and VC. And basically everything is organized based upon some of the default folders. I did add some additional folders in here so that I could accommodate additional things. But all my controllers are set up here. They do have the business logic in there, which I know some people like, you shouldn't put business logic in a controller. Well, I didn't want to put it in a service layer because I didn't want to have to go through all the effort of creating the service layer and doing the dependency injection and all the other stuff. So I did it the way MVC was originally designed, which is to put that logic in the controller. Likewise, when it came to the models, and I'm gonna open this model here, it has this logic in there too to check for various things, and if those things are not valid, then they return errors and some additional helper methods here. And then I actually, using the application DB context, I have my models as the tables. And yes, I know you're supposed to create a resource or a data transfer object to do that with, but in this specific case, like I said, I wanted to be simple and I wanted to do something quick. Lastly, I also created workers for the various functions. So this one is specifically designed to control the compressor based upon the configured temperature value. With all of that, I've yet to test it. I do know that the MVC part works, and I did get my views and all that straight, but I've yet to load it to the Raspberry Pi to test it to work. But I will be doing that. I already have a mini fridge that I'm going to be using with the kids, and it's just a matter of wiring everything up from this point.